I'm not convinced it'll be a competitive game, but I love the excitement around this game, and we can win $100,000. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on to this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis, of course. Thanks for hanging out with me here. This is one of the free games that we play, and it's over on the NBC Sports Predictor app where we can win $100,000, and it's all about Sunday Night Football between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots. They give you 7 questions. You got to correctly answer all 7 questions to take home that $100,000. If nobody can do it, you'll still compete for a guaranteed $5,000 prize. And don't also forget, I'm giving away $25 each and every single week. All you got to do is join the Winning Bets League. If you need that league information, it is in this video description. So grab that information, join the league if you're not in it already, and compete against your fellow Winning Bet supporters. Let's see who won last week. Looks like we had Tech Spicy Dorito come in first place with 45 points. So that individual will be taking home $25. Good entry by them with those 45 points. They got that first TD score correct there in Devontae Adams. They also got that Devontae Adams matchup there with George Kittle. And they also correctly answered total number of touchdowns correctly. So good showing right there. I came in with 40 points, as you can see right there, with a bunch of other people. So everybody else was close right there. And this great thing about this game is whether you were close or whether you had a really bad week, I'm giving away $25 each and every single week. So come back this week, and this week could be your turn to go ahead and win that $25. I'm pumped for this matchup. It's Bucs versus Patriots, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid straight up. I am all about this Brady homecoming. I've been listening to it, TV, radio. I'm sucked in. I'm buying into the hype that the Bucs are pretty much going to handle the Patriots relatively easy. Not sure how the Patriots are really going to compete in this matchup. Everything around it tells me that it's a Brady homecoming, and I'm on drinking that Kool-Aid. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into these questions. The first one, of course, is about the GOAT. It's about the man. The only thing that's about this game, and it's Tom Brady. How many passing yards and how many touchdowns will he get? Well, Brady's passing for 370 passing yards on the season per game. He's getting about 3.3 touchdowns per game. He's got a 5, a 4, and a 1 in those 3 games. He's coming off that 1 TD, but that was against the Rams defense. That Rams defense is a class above this Patriots defense. I mean, they got playmakers, the Rams do on the defensive line and in that secondary, where the Patriots just don't have the talent like that Rams do. So he's going to get more than 1. We'll talk about it, obviously, but he's just not going to go up as good of a defense. The Patriots defense, they look good on paper. I mean, you look up their numbers, yards per completion, yards per game, it looks good. But let me remind you, they've played the Dolphins, they've played the Jets, and they've played the Saints. So not the toughest of all competition. Now you're going up against this very, very high-powered Bucs offense. Offense that is getting 370 yards per game. An offense that is led by Bruce Arians, the offensive guru. He's going to want to make sure Brady shines in his homecoming. Yeah, drinking that Kool-Aid, baby. Go ahead and give me 340 to 369 yards, and he'll have 4 touchdowns, will Tom Brady. Same question. It's about Mac Jones. How many passing yards and TDs will he get? Well, he's averaging 255 yards per game, and he's getting less than 1 touchdown a game. I mean, he's had 3 games, obviously. He had 1 touchdown, 0 touchdowns, and 1 touchdown in those 3 games. The Bucs defense, if you look up their stats, they don't look all that great on paper. But let me remind you, their opponents are usually having to play catch-up with this good offense, so they're forced to throw on them, or they're coming from behind late in games, so they're getting a lot of, cheap, easy yards are those opponents right there. And then also keep in mind the bigger factor. It's not that, maybe that the Bucs are out to a big lead in their games. The bigger factor is, well, they went up against the Rams. They have a really high-powered passing offense through the Rams. But the Bucs' rush defense is outstanding. They almost force you to be one-dimensional in the passing offense because that rush defense is 4th in the league in yards, 3rd in the league in yards per carry, and 4th in the league in attempts per game. I mean, it's just a good rush defense. So, yeah, you can't rush on it. So the only thing you can do on this defense is pass it. So that's why if you look at the numbers, it kind of puts you off and think that this is a bad defense from a pass defense perspective. I just don't believe it. It's just being supported by a really good rush defense right there. All right, well, I'm drinking more of that Kool-Aid. Mac Jones is going to have 250 to 269 yards, and he'll have 2 touchdowns. Okay, because you just can't rush on that defense. So I think the Patriots are going to get a couple touchdowns in this game. So I think they'll be all on the arm of Mac Jones because you're not rushing on this defense at all. Question 3 is Gronkowski. How many receiving yards and touchdowns will he's going to get in this game? Well, he's averaging 61 yards per game. He's had two of his games. He's had 2 TDs and a piece, and he's coming off a game where he had 0 in that last affair there against the Rams. He's got 21 targets, though, on 16 catches. So, obviously, he's a go-to guy there for Tom Brady. No big surprise. Obviously, the chemistry and everything they had in New England, it's carried right on over in their 2 seasons here with Tampa Bay Patriots. They have the number 1 pass defense against tight ends, though. If you look them up, they defend the tight end position better than anybody in the league. So they're only allowing 27 total yards on the season. 27 total yards on the season to tight ends, and they have not allowed a tight end yet to catch a touchdown. Good defense. I expect them to limit the yards on Gronkowski, but I'm not sure they'll be able to limit the touchdowns. I say they'll limit the yards just because they'll have a good scheme. They'll want to take him out. But once they get in that red zone, boy, homecoming with Brady, homecoming with Gronkowski, they're going to scheme him up so it's a red zone. So expect them to have low yards, but high touchdowns. So I'll go ahead and say 40 to 49 yards, but they'll have 2+ touchdowns. Question number 2 is who's going to have the most total second quarter yards? Well, these Tampa Bay players, they give you Fournette. He's had 4 passing targets on the season. He's also had the most carries on the team by 9 carries. Mike Evans, he's tied for the lead in targets with 25, and he's got 20 more yards per game than any other player. Godwin there. He's tied for the lead with Mike Evans there in targets at 25, and then you can get any other player there for the Buccaneers. If we look at these Patriots players, you get Damian Harris. He's the lead back by far. I mean, absolutely by far their lead back. Aguilar, he's second on the team in targets, second on the team in yards. And then you get Jacoby Myers, first on the team in targets and first on the team in yards by 17. And you get any other player. And do remind you that James White just went on the IR this week there for the Patriots. So any other player is not quite as sexy there for the Patriots without James White, a great pass receiving back out of the backfield. I'm going to go and say any other Bucs player. And the reason I'm going to go any other Bucs player is you get Antonio Brown. He's back off of the COVID list, and it's also kind of a homecoming for him too. He had the New England Patriots jersey on of some sort, but take that factor out. He's also just a really good deep threat here for the Buccaneers. So like that, you also do get Rob Gronkowski. I don't think he'll have a whole hell of a lot of yards, but in case I'm wrong, this is kind of a nice little fallback option. Then you also get Ronald Jones. You never really know when Fournette's going to be in the game because these teams rotate their running backs. You also kind of get Ronald Jones plus all the plethora of other players that could shine in this game. So give me any other Bucs player. Question number 5 is what's going to be the total points in this game? Well, the sportsbooks have this over-under at 49. The Bucs are averaging 34 points per game, while the Patriots are averaging 18 points. The Bucs are allowing 29 points per game. The Patriots allow 17. I've got this score: Bucs 31, Patriots 20, 51 points. So go ahead and give me 51 to 53 total points in this game. Question number 6 is who's going to score the last touchdown of the game? Not a fan of this one. I wish it was first touchdown of the game. Last season, we had a lot of success with first touchdown of the game. We got this question right last week doing the first touchdown of the game with Devontae Adams. When it's last touchdown, in my mind, it just makes it a lot harder. Fournette, though, if you run through these Bucs players, no TDs on the season, 0 on the season, only 2, and they've only had 2 rushing. He's had no rushing touchdowns on the season. As a team, they've only got 2 rushing touchdowns all combined as a whole team. Evans, he does have 2 touchdowns on the season. Gronkowski, he's a leader on this team with 4 touchdowns. And then, of course, you get any other player. We've got, and any other player, you do get Godwin there. He's got 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown does have 1 touchdown. And remind you, Tom Brady has also run in 1 touchdown. Again, homecoming. Could be a good spot right there for him to maybe rush in another touchdown. For the Patriots players, you got Harris. He's got 1 rushing touchdown of 2 total. You got Aguilar. He's caught 1 passing touchdown of 2 total. And then Myers, he's got 0 touchdowns as well. And then you get any other player. I'm going any other player for the Bucs to have the last touchdown. Look, you're getting Godwin, you're getting Brown, you're getting Brady, and you're getting all the backups. I know I said Grunk would get 2 touchdowns. I think they're going to go to him early, though. Again, in this homecoming, Brady, Grunk, that whole affair, I think he gets his early. Last touchdown will go to one of these other Bucs players. And then question number 7, as we know, is you always got to pick the winner and give them a win margin. Line is Bucs -7. I already gave you the score there. Again, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm all on the Bucs. If you guys watch my daily show, I've given out a real sports bet of the Bucs covering this spread of -6. Don't see the Patriots coming anywhere near of covering the spread in this one. Again, I had it at 31-20, so that means I'm clearly saying Bucs win the game by 10-11. I think it'll be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing the reception by the fans. Obviously, it'll be absolutely tremendous. They'll love to see the GOAT back in their stadium, even though he is wearing an opposing jersey. You're obviously not going to hate on this guy with all the success he had. It'll be weird. He'll also set the record for the most passing yards in the NFL history, so that'll be fun. Just going to be a fun, good, and exciting game. I look forward to watching it. I look forward to getting these questions right and hopefully cashing $100,000. All right, that's how I'm going to do it this week. Of course, if I've always been of help to you on any of these questions, if you're going to follow me, or maybe I gave you help in another direction, go ahead and hit that like button. Each and every single like I get lets me know I was of help to you. Otherwise, enjoy that game. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you back here next week for Sunday Night Football. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.